I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror since 2014. This is episode 288 of the program. Tonight we are talking about Shelby Oaks, a partially found footage movie. My name is Amy. I am your fearless leader, joined as always by my lovely and talented co-host Kay.
Drink your juice, Shelby.
That's right, babe.
Yeah.
Oh, spooky season. It's starting to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, honestly, watching a horror movie every day.
We're doing it.
We're really doing it.
Yeah.
Kay left me last night.
Except for the times that I don't want to do it, because I never promised to watch 31 movies in October.
Only me. And really, I only promised myself. I don't know why I'm...
I don't know why
am
you
I
torture
like
yourself,
this?
so...
I don't know. But we're doing it, damn it.
God damn it.
Today is the 26th. We have watched 26 movies. Watched one this morning.
Yeah, we did. So we're done for the day.
Done for the day, thank goodness. One of them was one of our horror homework movies, as a matter of fact. Hopefully you'll remember the other one since we watched that one, like, right after we recorded our last episode.
It took me a while. We shouldn't do that anymore. Not day of recording. Yeah.
Duly noted.
Day of recording as in, yes, the day that we are to record. Great.
Right.
But tonight or tomorrow,
We're
we
not
should
gonna watch.
not
No.
watch homework for 2 weeks from now.
Check.
Great.
You gotta stop crying.
This could probably be an off-mic conversation, but come on in.
Yeah,
Join us.
right,
Join
right.
us, everyone.
Peek behind the curtain. So let's talk about horror homework. We went back to the 60s. Well, the 50s first. Actually.
Hey, Mom. Welcome to the 60s.
Is that from Hairspray?
It is.
I figured. First one we're going to talk about is the one from 1956. These ones are thematically linked because they are sci-fi horror, both about aliens.
Yeah. I like the one today better,
Did you?
but the babies were fine.
We'll talk about it.
All right.
First, we're going to talk about Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1956.
Okay.
Both of these are rentals, by the way. Neither of these are on streaming, but they're both like $3.99 or $3.79 rentals, so no big deal. They're also both really short, which is really nice.
For us.
Yeah. Invasion of the Body Snatchers was directed by Don Siegel, who you might know from his action-y, western-y movies, like Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry, also with Clint Eastwood, The Shootist, which is a John Wayne movie, one of his better movies.
With Clint Eastwood.
No, I don't think so.
That's what I said.
And The Beguiled, which I think might also have Clint Eastwood, but I'm not sure. But they Sofia Coppola remade that one with Nicole Kidman and Colin Farrell.
Are they bedfellows? Why are they always together?
I don't know. You know, directors like to have their same stable of actors.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think this is the only horror or sci-fi movie Don Siegel did, but it's certainly a classic.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on the novel by Jack Finney. Tell us what this one's about, would you? And listeners, we do spoil these horror homeworks pretty thoroughly, so.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't watched this movie, like I haven't watched this movie, well, just listen to my silly little banter and then go watch it. It's not going to be ruined.
Pretty much you know the plot of these,
All right.
don't you?
Dr. Miles is back in town from a trip, and not a moment too soon. There are dozens of patients looking for him whilst he was away. However, the day turns out to be a bust. Seemingly everyone has straightened their shit out on their own. He's not the only one that's back in town. His long-lost love, Becky, is home from London and Reno, and she needs to have the good doc come see her cousin, who is convinced that her father is not himself. He's being impersonated by someone who looks and acts like him and has all of the memories, but it's not her father. She can tell it's not him because there's no emotions in his eyes. On the way back over to check on her, Becky and Miles are nearly run over a child screaming in the road that his mom is not his mom. Weird coincidence? Probably so. Nothing to worry about. Nothing. There's a chance meeting in town with the psychiatrist when he almost plows down Miles and Becky's with his car. Ah, so happy that I ran into you, or that you ran into me, as it were. I have some HIPAA violations to get off my chest. There have been all these strange cases today. Oh, not today. Not just today, doctor. It's been happening all week, says the psychiatrist. Gasp. A light is rekindling betwixt the old lovers. Miles takes Becky out to dinner, but not even one martini sip in, the doctor gets a call to come see a not alive body. Not dead, just not alive. The group has grown into 4, and they're all staying at the doctor's house until they figure this all out. In the doctor's beautiful greenhouse, the pods are first discovered. They burst the human replacements into existence, and when the real human falls asleep, they take over for them. Dr. Miles and Becky have to stay awake and run away from the whole town, trying to get them. They try to play it off as if they've already been turned. But a car almost collides into a dog. Why are so many cars running over people? And Becky reacts. Wait a minute, there hasn't been emotions around here in 84 years. They're still humans. Miles tries to flag down anyone to get him out of town, but no one will help. Finally, he's pleading his case, and unfortunately, it's too unbelievable. But then a guy gets rolled in on a gurney. He was hit by a truck. God damn it, everyone. Stop day drinking and keep your eyes on the road. The truck spilled out the pods and the doc was telling them the truth. Finally, they do believe him. The end.
Whew. Did you like it?
I loved it.
Did you?
I really did.
Great.
Mostly Becky's outfits. What a heartthrob.
Such cute dresses. With the little
and
ruffles.
Her little jeans.
And her little jeans.
Oh my
It's so weird when
gosh.
women are wearing jeans in the 50s.
Can you believe it?
Gotta stop crying, boss. I really love this movie. I go back and forth because they've remade this a million times.
Sure.
There's a 1970s one, which I was talking to you about yesterday, which I think we've watched, that I'm not sure which one I like better. I really love both of them. This one is the lower budget of the two, that's for sure. And it was recut and has the voiceover and the wraparound story added afterwards. There was also a lot more humor in the original cut of this movie, but they took it out because they thought it was confusing. I guess horror comedies were not a thing.
Not yet, yeah.
But honestly, I'm kind of glad they did because this movie still scares me.
Yeah.
The idea of it, I still find really scary. The idea that there's this vast conspiracy that's spreading every day and it's basically impossible to avoid.
And even if you try to get help as soon as you fall asleep and your body gets taken over, then you can't, even if people come to ask like, hey, you had mentioned about talking to me, the doctor. They're like, no, everything's fine. Then no.
Right.
Just like making you feel like the crazy one and, God, yeah.
Yeah, I find this situation very scary. And I really like this movie. I like how sciencey it is. I like how sciencey both of the movies are that we're going to talk about.
I like the wraparound that they did. I like being secure in the narration the whole time of just like, oh, I know that he makes it. Everything is fine. He's telling his story. I never mind that.
There's also a fun crossover with the 70s movie where Kevin McCarthy, who's the star of this, and his weird upper lip. We're making a face that looks like him right now. Sorry, this is audio only. But he has a cameo in the 70s version where he's doing basically the exact same thing he's doing at the end of this movie, running in traffic and saying, "They're here already, you're next." But in the 70s when he gets creamed by a truck.
Oh, does it get hit by a car?
Yeah.
What a through line we had through this whole movie. Lots of car accidents.
I mean,
everyone's drunk.
Everyone was drunk. There's no seatbelts. Everyone's drunk.
Jeez.
Cars are giant and heavy. Yeah. Yeah, I still find this really scary. There was a lot of talk when the book came out and when the movie came out about it being either a rebuke of McCarthyism in America or a warning about the dangers of communism. So it went kind of either way. It could be applied to both. The director and the author of the book both said they didn't have a specific kind of social allegory in mind. But I think that the director has kind of talked about it later as being a criticism of studio execs. So, it's the idea of replacing what makes people unique and their emotions and their volatility and stuff, and replacing it with kind of a hive mind that's all business and no time for love,
Right.
Is a scary thing. And I think that at this time in America in the 50s, there was a lot of technological advancements and modernization, and I think this played in really well to people's fears about that.
AI was taking over in the 50s and now.
And I don't know if you remember the 2000s movie The Faculty, but that's also a version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. In fact, they quote and talk about the novel Invasion of the Body Snatchers in that movie. Well. So what do you rate Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
Oh, I loved it. I will give it a 4.5. Loved it.
Yeah, I give this a 5. I really like this movie. I think that what they do with the low budget that they have is really impressive. I think it has beautiful shots.
You know why I took off 0.5?
Why?
Because of the actor's upper lip.
It's not his fault.
He refuses to move it.
It's not his fault. I'm going to take Bus's toy away real quick so he stops crying. All done.
I'm sorry that I'm body shaming him, but I just hate it.
It's not his fault. That actor, Kevin McCarthy, is also in the Twilight Zone movie from the 80s. He's in the segment from, or the version of It's a Good Life, the one about the kid who can make anything he wants happen.
Feel free to cut this, but why is it not his fault? He has no nerve endings? He can't move it?
He just has a weird upper lip. It's not his fault. Blame his mom and dad. Anyhow. He kind of looks like Bruce Durn to me in his upper lip region.
I don't know who that is.
Well, some listeners might.
Yeah.
Laura Dern's
That's
dad.
for you.
Anyway, let us talk now about another one of my favorite old sci-fi horror movies, Village of the Damned from 1960.
We're also going to have a little thematic situation. You did it again with the hive mind and the no emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at you. You did it on purpose. I know it.
I think it's just because these movies were made around the same time and they had the same anxieties still.
Sure.
I think that probably the ones that we watched from the 80s that were about divorce was because more people were getting divorced then.
Yeah.
So I think it has more to do with
what's happening culturally
than my my choosing. They just happen.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was the one that said, let's start from the, oldest and
That's true.
Work chronologically.
Yeah.
All right.
So hold on one second.
Okay.
Village of the Damned is from 1960. It was directed by Wolf Rilla. I don't really know what else this guy did and there was nothing that I recognized. He's a British director. This is also a rental only. Same low price, though. All right, tell us about it, babe.
All right. We're set in Britain in a sleepy little town. Literally. Everyone falls asleep. There's cars that are crashed and phones off the hook and planes falling from the sky. 4 hours later, everyone wakes up from their town-wide nap and everything goes back to business as usual. 2 months after that, every woman of childbearing age is preggo, and the fetuses are developing quicker than normal. All the women have their babies on the same day. Their little blonde hair children with weird eyes continue growing faster than normal, and that's not the only unexplained thing about them. They're also telepathic. Once one child learns something, they all know it. They all hang out in a pack, and this tiny baby gang are also suspected of a few of the unexplained deaths in town. We learn that this is not the only town that had the blackout nap time, but the offspring of theirs didn't thrive. They all died before maturation in some places. The parents killed them in others. The kids are rounded up and put into a school all by themselves, and they try to correct their behavior. Doesn't work. Then a town mob forms. Doesn't work. No mortal man is a match for any of these army of tinies. The only way to fix them is to blow them up. By the use of a wall in the mind, there is a bomb that's placed into the school, and boom, the creeps have all been extinguished.
Correct. And the guy who does it is one of their dads.
Yeah.
Who is a cool character. Boss, quit bumping into the table, babe. He's an interesting guy because he married late in life and they weren't able to have children, so he was really excited when his wife got pregnant. And he's a scientist, so when these kids that are 3 years old are like the 10 years old.
Yeah,
or
4 times their
something like
mature,
that. And are super intelligent and seem to have these powers. He's like just intrigued by it. So he does the school things because he wants to see.
He wants to treat them like little rats.
Yeah.
He wants to see what's happening.
That's right.
That's right.
I like this movie a lot. I think the idea is really cool. I just love the mystery of like the whole town being...
Nighty-night.
Yeah. And the idea that it's this weird kind of seeding experiment that the aliens are doing.
Yeah, they just keep trying it over and over and seeing when it's going to take. It seems like that it took. If the aliens would have come back and grabbed those babies.
Well,
or
I think
maybe didn't.
They want the babies to take over. That's probably their...
I hear you, but maybe not all in one town, because it's like, then it's everyone against the children. If you of spread them out more,
maybe
then they could all
next...
join up together afterwards and take over the world. But it wouldn't cause so much of a red flag, you know?
That's maybe their plan B will be
If I was an alien, that's how I would do it.
And this is interesting, too, because the kids aren't really, like, evil. I guess the pod people in Body Snatchers are not evil. They're a conquering race that wants to come and take over. And the kids aren't really malicious. There are a couple times when, like, they make people hurt themselves because they are threatening them or just insulting them or whatever.
Didn't they run a car into a building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's never like... It's mostly just it's self-preservation. And the propagation of their species.
Can't blame a baby for being in a baby gang.
No.
Yeah.
And this movie also, the leader of the bad kids is this little actor who's also in one of the movies we're going to watch next week.
Oh, yeah?
And I really like him. He gives a good performance in Village of the Damned, and he gives a good performance in the other movie. Good little child actor, which in olden days I'd find very rare.
Yeah.
My only critique with this movie is I think there wasn't enough focus on the men, or the women.
Sure.
Because they go into it a little bit with, a really young girl getting pregnant and a lady whose husband's been out of town for a year getting pregnant and the issues that they must be having. And they follow a little bit the main character's wife and her relationship with her son and how she wants him to be more affectionate, but he's just not. And I wish that they would have focused a little bit more on the women, the mothers' connections with the kids and their experiences.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I think this is a really cool paranoid movie.
Yeah, I think the concept is great. I didn't like it as much as the other one, but...
I don't like it quite as much as the other one either.
Yeah.
I would give this one like a 4 or 4.5.
I'd give it probably a 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
This was remade by John Carpenter, and I've never seen the remake, but I know he uses the brick wall thing. Again.
You just gotta have a brick wall in your brain so they can't get through it, so they don't know about the bomb that's about to blow them up.
It was pretty highly telegraphed in the movie, but I don't know how they would have done it. This is also based on a book. Both of these movies are based on books, and the book that this one is based on is called The Midwich Cuckoos, And it has cuckoo in the name because, like the movie Cuckoo that we reviewed a couple episodes ago, these aliens are brood parasites like the bird, where they lay their eggs in a host and then leave that host to raise their offspring.
And Midwich is the town in Britain. It's not like a mid-tier witch. In case you're trying to Google it. If you want to read that book.
Yeah, The Midwich Cuckoos is the name of the book. Who wrote it? John Wyndham, I think. And it's one I kind of want to read.
Well, I've got a 6-hour trip. I'll let you know. I can listen to it and let you know if you should.
Please do.
Yeah.
So that has been our horror homework for this episode. If you like and have seen these movies, I would love to hear your thoughts on them, listeners. And we are staying in the 60s for next time. We are going to do one of my very favorites, The Innocents, which we did watch once, but I don't know if you remember it.
I don't know.
It's a film version of The Turn of the Screw about a lady with a governess who goes to stay at a mansion with these two kids, and she ends up thinking they're possessed.
The Taming of the Shrew?
No.
Oh.
That's a comedy.
Yeah.
This is horror.
Horror.
And it's based on a script by Truman Capote.
I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we are going to do Wait Until Dark from 1967, which stars Audrey Hepburn.
I love her.
Mm-hmm. And it's a creepy mystery about these guys trying to... It's like a home invasion movie, but
Right.
she's blind.
Well, I can't wait to watch them in a week.
Yeah.
And not before.
And no sooner.
Yeah.
That's right. So both of those are also rentals. Like I said, we're going back to the ones that cost, because we've gone through the streaming ones, but they're both only like still under $4. So I suggest you rent them and then meet us back to discuss them.
Because I'm going to spoil them.
Yeah, because Kay's going to spoil them for sure. All right, you ready to start talking about Shelby Oaks, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. Shelby Oaks is rated R. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 31 minutes. It was written and directed by Chris Stuckmann, based on a story that he wrote with his wife. It stars Sarah Durn, Mason Heidger, and Brendan Sexton III, and you might know that name from a classic horror movie called Session 9, or also from Welcome to the Dollhouse. It also has an appearance by Keith David, who you might know from The Thing. It premiered at Fantasia International Film Festival on July 20th of 2024. This movie had a lot of hold-ups. There was a couple strikes that put it on hold, things like that. It was released in the US just a couple days ago, October 24th of this year. On Rotten Tomatoes, it is currently 59% fresh with critics and 60% fresh with the audience. And it's currently still in theaters.
It's only 60%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
So, this is about a girl named Riley Brennan. She and her friends are paranormal investigators. They disappear while exploring an abandoned town called Shelby Oaks in Ohio. The bodies of the other investigators are later found, along with one of the videotapes containing their footage. And Riley and the other tape remain missing for 12 years. 12 years later, this film crew is making a documentary about the murders and the disappearance and focusing on Riley's sister Mia and her efforts to locate Riley when a strange man appears at her door with the missing tape, which plunges Mia once again into the search for Riley and for the answers.
Sure.
So this was the most funded horror film on Kickstarter to date. It was then noticed by Mike Flanagan, who made, The Haunting of Hill House, Dr. Sleep, bunch of stuff. The king of current adaptations of Stephen King stuff. And they did a lot of reshoots on it and doubled the budget in post-production stuff. Neon acquired this movie, and 8 months later, they did reshoots, spent another $1 million on it. It was for the bloodier scenes to be able to do them with more budget. And then they brought in someone else to edit it. Part of this was filmed, as I said in the last episode, Chris Stuckmann was born in Akron, Ohio, also my birthplace. Also the birthplace of Devo. And LeBron James.
As a Ohio baby, is Shelby Oaks a real place?
No. I don't think Dark County is either, but it might be. However, they did film this in the Mansfield prison, or the Ohio State Reformatory, depending on what you want to call it, which is a real prison, which is the filming location for The Shawshank Redemption, and a place that I've spent the night in.
Spooky.
Yeah. So that was cool to see.
You said, I know.
I know that place.
I know number 37.
I know those cell blocks.
That cell block is where I spent the night. It's me. I'm the scary one.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this is found footage at the beginning, and then it kind of just goes into regular movie territory. The found footage is just kind of for exposition purposes, mostly.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that. I kind of thought it was found footage all the way through. I was a little disappointed by that. What did you think of this movie?
I loved it. I had a great time.
Good.
It hit me right in the nostalgia. Like, I graduated in 2007. That was, like, definitely my time of roaming around the internet. And, like, 2008, my first year of college. I definitely remember following things like this, like creepypasta stories, and absolutely getting so into these things. I remember looking at pictures like they showed to like try to find what people are talking about. Usually on those posts, they would like have you staring at this picture and then like have a GIF like coming at you and have a jump scare.
Yes, I remember those.
But I loved all of that.
Me too.
I loved my little 4chan time. Don't judge me, audience. Whatever.
We've all been there, babe. I still do that stuff on Reddit.
I fucking loved it. So yeah, this whole thing was great for me. I really enjoyed it. I loved the mystery. I was following along with the characters. I was not bothered by the switching from found footage just to movie. That didn't bother me at all. I know that
good.
you had mentioned it as we were walking out too, and I was just like, whatever. It was found footage when we were watching the tape, and then it wasn't when we weren't. But that that didn't bother me.
Well, good.
What did you think?
I think that it was kind of messily put together. I think that you can tell that there were reshoots and retooling done. I think that this guy has a lot of influences and they're very apparent. And it falls into that trap that I see a lot of first-time filmmakers fall into, where they want to cram every idea they've ever had into their first movie.
They might not get another movie.
Well,
movies are expensive.
I know, and I get that, but I think that it makes movies a little messy and a little much.
Yeah.
And I think that this guy, like I said, he obviously has a lot of influences and is very well versed with the genre. But I find this movie to be, you know, when songs are like pastiche songs, where it's like this felt like a pastiche to me without much of its own personality. It felt like a retread of a lot of other movies that I've seen. And I don't think it brings a lot of uniqueness.
You heard it here first, folks. Amy thinks that we should gatekeep Hollywood. Only the directors with a lot of money to throw their weight around can produce movies, can have their own movies, and fuck the little guy. You heard it here first.
I don't think that. I think that the things that maybe they did afterwards are what messed this up. They made it too palatable and made it too polished. I think that probably the beginning was more closer to what he probably initially did.
Wanted, yeah.
And I think maybe it would have been better if it had stayed low budget and didn't have more money so that it was a little bit more resourceful. I think that it's a short runtime, but I didn't think it felt particularly short.
No.
I feel like the editing that they did, I don't know, I just didn't feel that it was edited particularly well.
But I also don't think that there's things that I remember being like, oh, I don't need this.
No, just maybe scenes going on too long.
Sure.
Things like that. I liked the idea, although, like I said, it wasn't particularly unique. But I do like the idea because, like you said, it taps into creepypastas that I've liked for years.
Yeah.
And things like that. It was bizarre to me that they were talking about the time when the paranormal group was making videos as being like uncharted territory at that time. Like Ghost Hunters was already out then. So that was a little bit weird. But whatever. I liked the idea that Riley, the main character, or the missing one, the main character is Mia, the sister. But Riley, the one who's missing, I liked the idea that she had been having dreams that were really vivid that she drew, and that she had night terrors and stuff. Sorry, my mouth is dry again.
I liked when they went into the journal of her night terror where she drew the pictures. You could definitely see that it has been happening for a long time because the pictures went from, definitely a child drawing them to like really well drawn pictures. Like
right.
She's been going through this for years. I think that was a really nice, clever way of showing that too. Like where it doesn't have to be explained that, this happened from age 5 to age 13 when she stopped having the dreams.
And that was good. Some of the other exposition was not so good. Like going through the book that she had and seeing like, they just have you flip through and it says like hellhounds.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I wonder if there's going to be evil dogs in this after this. Or what was the other one? Like parasitic incubi. It's like, come on. There's ways to do this better.
Yeah.
The name of their paranormal channel, Paranormal Paranoids, awful.
Paranoids.
Awful.
But they made fun of themselves in it. She was like, why did we pick such a hard name to say? I don't know. First draft, maybe.
So the guy that comes to the house and shoots himself.
Yes.
I liked that. He is the one who has a tape in his hand.
Yes.
With the rest of the footage.
The second tape, that
right.
they were missing.
And Mia doesn't tell the police about it.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to investigate this shit. I don't really super understand. I know she said, like, the cops have stopped looking, so why would I give it to them? Like, girl, you should still give it to them.
I understand. She's afraid that they'll assume, okay, Riley's dead. Right. This guy killed her. End of story, right? But they have more resources than you do. They could maybe...
You went to the library one day.
Right.
That is your research.
And talked to the warden who gave her exposition dump. There's also the side story that Mia's having problems with her husband because she's so focused on this disappearance and because she has a hard time conceiving and they want children, which of course comes into play later.
Right.
And then there's also the idea that this town, Shelby Oaks, is abandoned because it fell apart. It died because of what we hear from the warden is because this guy, whose name is Wilson Miles, the guy who kills himself.
WM.
That his presence in the town was enough to rot the town, basically. And it sort of stops when he goes to prison, but then the prison falls apart.
Right.
So his presence there is just poisonous. But is it him? Is something possessing him?
Yeah, it's yeah, he's being possessed.
And then there's the plot point about the riot in the prison, which we're not really sure why, to what end that riot happened, but it seemed to have been instigated by Wilson. Is that his name again? Wilson. And he just stands there while it's happening.
I think it's so hard because Wilson's the last name and Miles is the first name. And why did they switch them?
I find the main character in this to be a little bit stupid.
Mia?
Yeah. She keeps going off by herself, chasing after these leads she has. She never prepares. Dogs have chased her a couple times, and yet she doesn't go out with a stick. She doesn't go out with a flashlight. You know, why do you keep doing this? And I get that you don't have a supportive husband, because there's a horrible scene in this where she's like, she comes clean to him and says, this is my theory. This is what I think's happening. I found this tape. I didn't give it to the cops, blah, blah, blah. And he just looks at her and goes, you need help. And he gets up and leaves. What kind of partner is this?
A terrible partner.
Not you need help, let's get you some. Not you need help, how can I support you?
I don't even think that I would start with a sentence with you need help.
No.
That's a horrible thing to say to your partner.
Yeah. So I get why she doesn't ask him to go with her, but she was the subject of a documentary days before this. And she seemed close enough with the crew that why didn't she go, hey, I have another lead in connection with this story. Why don't you come with me?
Yeah, you know who would be excited? The whole crew.
Right. That to me was a weird, glaring mistake that they should have made, because to me this is a lot better when it's the found footage parts, and that would have been a nice way to get it back into found footage.
For sure. Yeah, you said that afterwards, and I was like, yeah, that's very smart. I didn't think of it. I didn't question why she didn't call. They were very busy editing.
Quit running off by yourself, man.
Just running into the library and that, what are those doors called?
A revolving door?
Yeah, the revolving door. But I mean, the point of a revolving door is to keep the wind out. So that the door doesn't open and the wind rushes in. You go through the revolving door. But because of that, they have little weather strips on the bottom. It doesn't just go spinning around. It like took 12 laps after she ran through. I was like, you stupids. This is what I notice when I watch movies. Plot can be subpar, but if you mess up one single thing in that...
Construction-related errors are rife in this.
Oh, God.
There's some choices with the way that it looks and filming that I liked here. There's a couple of really effective jump scares. I even jumped, which I don't normally do.
Yeah, all three of us jumped in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It was very cute.
I think the lead performance is pretty good. I wish that they would have used Keith David more. Why would you put Keith David in your movie and not use him more? But maybe he just was like, I have an hour, or whatever. I hated the way the dogs looked in this. They looked so stupid.
Yeah.
There's a couple of scenes with some glowing eyes that were pretty effective, a la Amityville. But a lot of the stuff he did, it just made me think too much about the other movies it was referencing. And I think that this suffers in comparison.
I didn't need the dogs at all.
No.
I didn't need the dogs. I didn't need the one dog. I didn't need the one dog turning into three dogs. What's with the dogs?
I don't know. They wanted to have hellhounds involved.
Sure.
There's also a very Blair Witchy stick set design. Weird stick things.
Like that.
Little symbols, the whole shebang.
Well, that was his initials.
The stick was.
All of the little stick guys. The WM.
Right.
You think that it's two X's at the beginning when you see it on the door marked in blood. But then the second time that I saw it when it was like little twigs, I was like, oh, that's WM. That's our guy.
That's our dude. It's very Blair Witchy. Mm-hmm. What do you think about the reveal? We're not going to spoil it yet, but just in general terms, did you like where it went?
I was happy and then disappointed.
Disappointed by like the way it ultimately ended?
Yeah.
But happy with the twist or the reveal? Okay. I don't know how I felt about it. It just felt so much like so many other things that I've seen. But we'll talk about that more.
Yeah, why did you even prompt me for that?
I'm sorry. What would you rate this, and would you recommend it? And if so, do you think they need to see it in a theater?
I loved it. I'm giving it a 4. I had a very fun time. Again, I do believe that it is a lot of the internet nostalgia for me. I don't think, again, I never needed the hellhounds. There's a lot of things where I'm just like, okay, fine. I'll just let that one pass. But I liked seeing the old ass amusement park. I liked being in the woods. I liked...
the abandoned prison is cool.
The prison was great. The little mom carving their initials in the trees so they could always find their way home, and then the initials ended up, being a part of it. Yeah, I loved it. 4 out of 5.
What do you think
recommend
about theater?
I don't think you need to see it in the theater, especially because the theater that we saw it in, again, don't know if it's just the theater that we have been going to, but very dark, very hard to see.
That's true.
But it is the same one that we watched Good Boy at, so.
Right. That was Barbie. She's crazy. She's crazy!
We've got our own little hellhound here. All 11 pounds of the hellhound.
Mom, she's hurting me.
Careful! There's a door there. Yeah, shake it off.
You better now?
I hit my snoot.
I'm going to rate this 2.5.
All right.
I was pretty disappointed by it. It just made me think about other movies I liked better. As is our custom on the Bloodlust, I am going to recommend some movies that you should watch instead. I would recommend Grave Encounters for a good found footage movie that explores abandoned places. I really like that one. I think it's a lot better than it's been given credit for. And I would also recommend Lake Mungo, which this is an obvious influence on this movie. I think that it does, it's another found footage movie. I think it does the fake documentary format really well and has a lot of the same kind of themes as this movie does, but it I think, nails them.
I'm going to recommend that you instantly forget the movies that you watch after you watch them, and then you don't have to worry about this. Everything's like a brand new movie.
I'll work on that.
Okay, that's my recommendation.
Yeah, Grave Encounters is a good one. Lake Mungo is a good one. I would also maybe recommend thematically something like The House of the Devil, the Ty West movie. However, you know, if you're a fan of Chris Stuckmann, I know he's a very popular YouTube movie critic, you'll probably like this. If you don't mind seeing a retread of a bunch of different things from other movies.
Which I don't.
And if you are a fan of his, then go see it in the theater and give him your money, because then he gets to make more movies. And it's very nice to support small productions.
So they don't suck, says Amy. Spoilies.
Now, let us talk about spoiling it. Okay, so the house by the amusement park that Mia ends up at is where Miles lives with his mom.
William Miles, but yes.
Yeah. And the mom was under the thrall of this demon whose name is Tarian?
And he's part tree? Is he part tree?
I don't know.
He's very sticky.
But like Paranormal Activity, he was obsessed with Riley.
Yes.
From a young age.
Yes.
And her whole family. because when when Mia gets to the house, she sees pictures of Riley and pictures of also, like, her and her husband there.
Yeah, around the initials that her mom used to carve into the trees.
Right. I found the scariest part of this movie to be the amount of mold that was in that home.
How do you live like this?
Ever seen that amount of mold anywhere? It's lucky that any of them survived.
Oh, black mold, the silent killer.
Everywhere in this house. It gave me real world anxiety.
It's probably what happened to all those babies.
That's probably what happened. I also enjoyed in this part the way that they purposely didn't light the mom's face for the beginning of it, for when he meets her and when he's initially in the house, or when she meets her and when she's initially in the house talking to her. This bitch should not have gone in that house. That was insane.
She doesn't have a lot of forethought. She's just thinking about her sister.
No. So we're meant to think that the house is, like, rotting because of the presence of this evil force.
Right.
The same way that the town rotted and the prison rotted and whatever. What she finds is a photo album, which also, to me, was a little schlocky of a way to give us the reveal. But she finds a photo album there that teaches her that her sister has been imprisoned at this home for the past 12 years. And she's been repeatedly raped and impregnated with the baby because they're trying to bring the demon into the world incarnate. And the baby keeps dying either because of miscarriage or because of
the black mold.
Or because Riley is aborting them or whatever.
Yeah, I think that Riley is trying to kill the baby so that the baby is not subject to
But
life.
They would have had her chained up most of the time, I would assume. That'd be easy enough. She's already a prisoner down there. Just chain her up so she can't abort.
I think she mentioned something about, like, purposely throwing herself, like, on the ground and stuff. And, yeah, I think she was trying her best not to bring the baby into the world.
It's also possible that she was having issues the same way her sister was, because neither of them...
Right.
So... This has been happening for the past 12 years. However, there is now one that is viable and alive.
Right.
So, Riley's sister, Mia frees Riley from the basement, but Norma, the mom, subdues her and performs a blood ritual over her, or over the baby using her own blood.
Right. So, Mia just wanted to get her out of there. Me and sister, let's go. We're running. But Riley has business to attend to, so she goes back into the house to kill that baby.
Right, and
but you're not sure at the beginning, because first you're like, is she just going to take the baby? Like, does she want her baby back?
I want my baby back, baby back.
Chilies.
Baby back ribs. I knew immediately she wanted to kill her baby.
Sorry.
But, so yeah, she goes up there, but the lady, Norma, subdues her, kills herself by performing this blood ritual, which is ostensibly the completion of her duties, I guess, right?
Sure.
And we're meant to think that she probably let her son get free, because what he says to her, which we didn't mention, when he comes up to the house right before he kills himself, he says she finally
let me go.
Right. So we don't really know what that means, but it's presumed that
he finally got her pregnant. The pregnancy took, okay, I don't need you anymore. Your semen's gone. Goodbye. Or your semen's not needed.
But maybe she sent him there on purpose, because it was clear that Riley didn't want to raise the child, and they needed somebody to do it.
Sure.
Was what I was thinking.
And sister definitely wants a baby.
Yes. And so Riley tries to smother the baby in the hospital.
Yeah.
Once everything is over, and Mia stops her, and they struggle, and somehow Mia accidentally flings Riley out of a window, where we're like, oh, she killed her sister. Oh, wait, she's not dead. And then what happens, babe? Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
The hellhounds come and tear her apart while her sister watches.
Yeah, the 3 dogs. Yeah. The hellhounds have gone from 1 dog into 3 dogs, and then I thought, I wish we were watching Weapons, because I like seeing the babies rip apart a body better than these dogs.
Me too. Better than CGI dogs.
Yeah. There was a good face ripping off. That was good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was really excited about the fact that Riley was still alive. I liked seeing, the torture that she had gone through. I thought all of that was like really moving, even though you didn't like the pictures, the photo dump. But I liked the photo dump. It just kept happening. She's pregnant again. She lost the baby.
Weird.
She's pregnant again. She lost the baby.
Do you really think they'd be taking like family photos in those scenarios?
Whatever. Shut up. Some people take photos. Just because we're bad at taking photos.
That's true.
Well, anyways, I liked that. I didn't like that she died. I understand why she had to. Didn't understand why the dogs had to take her out. She could have just died from the window. I mean, also that would make it more rich of the sister feeling guilty.
Right. But we're left with the idea that the sister is going to raise this demon baby. And at the very end, we see like the demon standing behind her with his hand on his shoulder like a proud papa.
Looking like a tree.
Looking kind of like a tree.
Looking tree-like.
Yeah.
Nature's the real demon. Burn it all down.
I do like demon possession and demon babies and things like that. Stories like that I generally like. I wanted a more...
I liked the baby suckling on some blood. I liked it. Hey, Mikey, he likes it. Blood.
I just find it kind of generic.
Whatever.
So, not my favorite. Not my favorite movie.
That's fine. I liked it.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
So that's a recommend from Kay and a not recommend from me. We would love to hear what you think about Shelby Oaks if you have seen this movie. If you're a fan of Chris Stuckmann, I would love to hear about that. I watched one of his reviews, but I'm not real into YouTube reviews. I don't know. I can't just sit and watch. I have to be doing something and listening.
That sounds like me.
Me personally.
Yeah.
But we would love to hear what you think about Chris Stuckmann and about this. If you ever been to the Mansfield Reformatory, very cool old place. Love to hear about it. What have you been reading, my love? Anything good?
Right now I am reading The World According to Garp.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Not horror.
Not horror, no.
You liking it?
Yeah. I was, looking for some more... I think I typed in, 50s and 60s gay characters in books. And this one came up. Yeah, I love to hate all of these characters. They're all trash.
You hate them?
Yeah. They're all trash.
Trash in what way? You mean they're assholes or they're poorly written or what?
No. They're well written. They're just assholes. It's just
Okay.
the mom got pregnant by a man that she was taking care of in the hospital.
Oh, right. Somebody who was
Had lost his faculties in the war, and so he could only say the word garp. 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 So then she for a while, if he was fussy, she would give him a handy. And then she was like, you know what, I want a kid. And she just mounted him and took his seed. Anyways, but then after a while, after Garp ended up growing up, she writes a feminist tale about it. And so now he's known.
So everyone knows.
Yeah. And so he's got a huge chip on his shoulder, and he also wants to become a writer. And it's not fair that my mom got it first.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, you just love to hate him. But it's very good.
I'm glad you're
a
liking
classic.
it. We'll watch the movie after.
Good.
Very good. Very good.
And you?
I'm reading a book called Too Soon which is not horror.
No.
It's for our book club.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it.
Very good.
Yeah.
What are we watching next, baby?
For our next movie, we are not going to the theater because we want to be able to be there for you who do not like to go to the theater and talk about some movies that are on streaming. So we're going to be reviewing the new Kiyoshi Kurosawa movie, Cloud. This is the guy who made Pulse, which is a really cool supernatural horror movie. He made Creepy, which is a cool kind of a thriller that I really liked. And he also made Cure, which is a really popular, also thriller with kind of supernatural undertones. So I really like his movies. I'm excited about this one. I don't think this one has supernatural undertones. I think it's pretty much straightforward, kind of mystery thriller. But I'm excited to see it. It is a $5.99 rental currently, or if you have the Criterion channel, it's available to stream on there. So that's what we're going to do next.
Did you check to see if it was on HBO Max?
It's not.
Oh, one of the Criterions that's not.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
R1.
It's worth that $100 a year. So do watch that. Join us back in 2 weeks to talk about it. Please recommend our podcast in this spooky season to friends and family who ask you for horror movie recommendations, as we have so many. So many. Also, if you haven't reviewed us, we would love a rating and review on your listening platform of choice. We just got our first complimentary comment on YouTube for one of our things.
Oh, yeah?
And I thought you would like it especially because the guy is a warehouse worker, and he said he's allowed to listen with one headphone in, and he listens to stuff all day, and so he's really happy to find a new thing where there's a big catalog. Yeah.
Welcome, listener.
So I thought that was
also
cool.
have one headphone in all day long.
I told them. I commented. So review us. Also, if you want to interact with us, you can email us at thebloodlustpodcast@gmail.com. You can visit us on our website, thebloodlust.net, and leave us messages on there. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads.
Hail Satan.
Not yet, babe.
You were giving me the look. I thought it was my turn.
Thank you for joining me, Kay.
Thank you for having me, Amy.
Anytime. We are still going to do videos, we swear to God. We just haven't been able to do it.
Listen,
we've been really
it's
busy.
been a lot.
We've been very busy, but they're coming.
We all of a sudden have plans and things to do. I don't even know.
Who even are we? I don't know. But they're coming, I swear. Thank you, listeners, for listening. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Until next time, this has been episode 288. I have been Amy.
And I'm Kay.
Thank you. Good night.
And hail Satan.
Praise him. Amen.